What is up, guys? My name is Anime Cheer here. Welcome to the story of what if Deku was immortality in Assassin. So, this is what if Deku was immortal assassin. So the immortal assassin, as well as the one who was reborn with the power of the immortality. Before I begin, I hope you like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you're new, and let's get into the backstory of how Izuku was gifted this curse of immortal. A man was known far from the world that you all know of my hero. This man was known across the world as Kendo the Assassin. Kendo assassinated anyone and everyone, even civilians who pay to assassinate. Kendo takes paychecks after payments, coins after coins, bills after bills. He takes money after money and start to assassinate everyone. But one god that doesn't like the people dying instantly was the god of earth. Since the god of earth have to protect the people and gift them with the power of immortality, he couldn't give everyone one. So he cursed Kendo for years. Kendo was stuck in a wall, stuck in a loop that he cannot refrain. Kendo every time waking up from his bed, remembering the past that God gave him this curse. Kendo didn't want this curse. He wanted to die old. He wanted to die as an assassin. So Kendo looked and looked for a blade that can actually kill him so he can see the light of day. Kendo noticed. Kendo looked more and more, trying to search in different types of villages, different types of lands. He looks everywhere until a cave was found. Kendo walked into the cave. A purple sword was in the middle, but someone walked out to grab it. He noticed Kendo. "Who are you?" Kendo said. "Oh, welcome. This is my sword, I presume." "Give me the sword," Kendo said. In a deep voice, Kendo wasn't afraid of death. So Kendo walked towards. "Why?" the man said. The unknown man with a mask on his face asked him. "Because I want to die. I'm tired of living and got cursed with immortality. I want to see God himself. I want to see the power that who holds this ability of mine, the sequel, the power I gave, the power I got, the power that I took. And I was cursed with that God who cursed me. So please, give me the sword." But the unknown masked man smirked. "Oh, you want the sword and you want to die, I presume. Well then, here is it." The man in the mask now threw the sword at Kendo. Kendo caught the sword, but soon he touched the sword, it started to burn his hands. It wasn't healing. "Ah!" Kendo screamed and dropped the blade. "What is this?" Soon that sword even touched Kendo's skin. His skin starts to melt. "Ah, it's painful." Kendo grabbed the sword again, and his other hand starts to melt. So he stabbed himself right through the heart, so no one could be a reincarnation of him. But he was wrong. That blade kills immortal beings, even gods themselves, but gods didn't make that. Not even Zeus, who is the leader of all gods and angels, he did not make that sword. He didn't know what came from this unknown man that was seeing Kendo's dying breath and smiled. This unknown man took off his mask and bowed his head. "See you, master. I will finally meet you, or meet your reincarnation again. I was cursed with immortality as well, but barely. That sword could not even graze me, because my immortality was stronger than yours. I'm sorry, master. But soon I find the man that was gifted with that power and immortality. I will train him well, train him perfectly well to become the next a master of assassination. The man who was in front of Kendo's body bowed and crouched down, grabbing Kendo and retrieving him to some far land so no one can ever find the blood of Kendo. The man is now staying in a cave, waiting, and after waiting for years on years, from millennium to millennium, to find the perfect body to give the power to. But he didn't know that they're waiting. Kendo wasn't waiting for anybody. Years on years has passed. We made it to the year of Izuku's birth. Izuku Midoriya, age 1. Birth, I don't know, is unknown. Quirks, unknown. After this, Izuku was born. He haven't had a father, or never seen his father in years, because his father went on a trip from work. So he only had a mother that exercises a lot and uses her quirk. In this storyline, Inko Midoriya will not have the quirk of like technology quirk, like moving things with her hands or anything like that. She will have a quirk of called ice breathing. Ice breathing is like driving and breathing off of fairy tale, but this is called ice breathing. She can breathe ice and spit it out of her mouth or out of her whole body to make her protection more stronger. She's more stronger than Todoroki with his fire side and water side, or ice side, whatever you want to call it. His fire and water side. His hot and cold side. You know, that. With that being said, Izuku was now the age of 4. He met a friend known as Katsuki Bakugo. Katsuki bullied Izuku a little bit, terrorizing Izuku till the waist down. Until then, Izuku was bullied by Katsuki Bakugo, knowing that Izuku would not have a quirk. But Katsuki didn't know that. Katsuki never knew Izuku had a quirk or not, because in this story, Katsuki wasn't Izuku's friend. Not one bit. He loved to bully people because his quirk is more powerful, because he will become the number 1. But you are wrong. Izuku will become the number 1 famous assassin. He will assassinate heroes, villains, vigilantes, more than people themselves. This one, Inko Midoriya went to find out what quirk Izuku held. Izuku was the age of 8. They went to the quirk doctor. Inko wanted Izuku to have her quirk or his father's, because she wanted him to live a normal life. She wanted him to become a hero so she can get some money after that. But she was wrong. She was dead wrong. He couldn't be a hero. He couldn't be a villain. He couldn't be anything. Sorry, Inko Midoriya, right? Yes. What's going on with my son? He is quirkless. Inko's eyes wide. She looked at Izuku with a shocked face, but looked back at the man. But me and my husband had quirks. How can he not gain one? She said he and the villain in something tone. She looked at Izuku, shocked and with a tear in her eye. She told Izuku it would be okay, but that was a lie. Izuku was now in the vehicle with Inko. She called Hisashi Midoriya. She told him everything. Both Hisashi and Inko was angry, upset that Izuku could not gain the power of her or her husband's. So they did the one best thing, abandoning Izuku Midoriya. One worse thing to abandon a child, but a child no less. One worse thing to abandon a man that would grow up to be a villain, or aka assassin. One abandoning a man that will kill you as well. The parents that abandoned him will have a new child. She was unknown at this time, so she never was spoken to Izuku. Izuku had a sister, yes. She was the age of 9, older and with Hasashi on her trip. She was known, had the power of the fire breathing, or Hasashi's quirk is not fire breathing no more. His quirk was called flames. He can spit flames out of his mouth, body, or anything, controlling the flames like Endeavor, but his flames is more not strong enough. So she will be like Inko, green hair and blue eyes, and have the quirk of ice breathing in flames. Well, she will be a strong one of that to face Izuku Midoriya. Izuku was left and abandoned in the woods, far, far from Japan, or not that far away from Japan, but a little bit far away that he couldn't just walk there. Izuku was scared, alone, and afraid, until a weird orb that was floating above him finally appeared, who finally found the people or the person with the power of immortality and the gift of learning every assassin's technique. Soon that power arrives. A man in a cave that was closed down for years now, woken from his slumber. He was wearing black hair, black robes, and a blade called the Death of Gods. The Death of Gods, the one who Zero or Kendo died with. He put and sealed the Death of Gods somewhere in his body. Yes, he has magical powers that can do that. Izuku, on the other hand, doesn't have that kind of ability because he hasn't controlled his powers yet. He do have mana, which can use magic from a whole nother universe. But his power is so shortened that he can't even feel the presence of his own self. The man woke up, looked left and right. I found you, master. My new successor. My new master. The man broke out of the cave. It was right in Japan. He was flying away towards or running towards the woods. Heroes looked at this man shockingly. That man was stuck in a cave that was built under a floor. Well, he bust out of there. He ran away far and looked for his master. He finally found him. The master he was looking for was known as Izuku Midoriya. Master, he found him, carrying Izuku to some place that he can feed Izuku. Izuku woke up, fed and energized. Where am I? Master, he kept saying. What? I'm no master. My name is Izuku Midoriya, and I was removed from my family because I was quirkless. The man read Izuku's minds because he can do that. I'm making this man can do anything, actually. He read Izuku's mind, looked at the flashback, and then the present time. I'm sorry, master. I learned about quirks now. But I will finally teach you how to control your powers. The only reason why you're quirkless is because you don't hold the power of these humans do. Yes, he called them humans because he was gifted with immortality. That means he cannot die by any means. So, he was aka a god killer. He's slain gods before, and he can do it now if anyone touches his master. With that being said, he starts to speak. Master, listen to me. I will teach you everything. Teach you how to use and control your being powers. Teach you how to use immortality. Anything you wish, it's my command. Well then, Izuku smiled. Let's get started. This is part 1 of What If Deku Was Immortal Assassin. What if Deku was the immortal assassin? With that being said, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you're new, and enjoy. Peace out, anime fans. My name is Anime Chia. Goodbye.